And finally, the present I've been most excited to open. Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have.
I would say we were good together. I would say we had fun, but our trails will never run forever. Something else is on your mind, like everything that's good in life always come to an end. We're letting go, drifting apart. There's no use trying to pretend. And I know that it's over. Got the look on your face. It's so hard to explain, but the worst is the pain when you pronounce my name and you say, Gloria, please don't cry for me. Oh, Gloria, please.
I think there are going to be pros and cons to both of these sets. This is both sets fully laid out. Here are the materials that came with each one. I haven't looked through them yet. My initial thoughts on these two sets after just having like opened it up and looking at them. I mean, I haven't actually sketched with them yet or anything. I've not even swatched them out. My initial thoughts are they're set up pretty differently. Caran D'Ache Luminance are individually packaged. They look like they're going to be really well protected, and that's great because I am quite clumsy. Let's take one out. Wow. They're just so beautifully packaged. They look like they're going to be staying so safe. This one, the Polychromos are set up just in the normal way. They're just in there. They're not really like the Caran D'Ache are kind of sandwiched in. They're not going to move around a lot. These can totally move around a lot. It's a much less durable package, but these are durable pencils. And so I really feel like they're going to be fine. I think that the Polychromos are going to be easier to use because they are set up with only 3 levels. And one of my reasons for not wanting to get sets is that I thought it would be really overwhelming trying to find the colors. If I wanted to just pull out the whole thing without sorting through the colors first and picking my colors, I really think that the Polychromos are going to be easier to just pull out and use. I think I'm going to really want to sort out which colors I want to use first with the Caran D'Ache before I start my project. Not a bad way to work, but also sometimes if I'm doing like a very realistic drawing, that's not really going to work. I don't know what colors I need until I start working. Even if I draw out the colors that I think I need, I'm going to end up probably pulling out more as I work through the painting. That's my son playing cello, by the way. He really, really wanted to play, and I was like, just do it. You can be my background music. So I've never bought a set before. Part of the reason for that is that you get weird colors in it like this. Like, I think I did buy maybe some of these colors and I just have absolutely no use for them. However, there may come a time where I use them just for the joy of using them to get my creative juices flowing or something, just to shake things up a little bit. Are there any here that I don't think I'll use? I'm not a huge fan of pastels typically, but I've actually already purchased these 3 pastels because when I was doing the October challenge, I realized that you can use this particular brand as highlights, and it was really cool to have highlights of different colors. So normally I would just highlight with the white, which I think is this one, pink white. So no, this isn't the most white. It's over here. Normally I would do it with this one, blanc white. So I'm going to be swatching these 2 different brands. When I was searching for colored pencils, I was also considering Derwent. Derwent's kind of in between these 2 pencils, but Derwent can be really scratchy. And one of these things these 2 brands have in common, one of the only things other than that they are very nice colored pencils and they both have high light fastness, is that both are really smooth. So the huge difference I already know between these is that these are crumbly all over the paper, but blend beautifully. So they can make a big mess if you're not careful, which I'm not usually. So these ones are slightly more challenging to work with for me. They might work better for an artist who tends to be a little bit neater. And then these ones are transparent, and so you can layer them more. They don't crumble much. They're not going to get smeared all over your hand the way it always is on mine. And they really just end up being easier to work with overall, unless you want them to blend. These aren't as easy to blend without additional help. These blend beautifully by themselves. I don't even consider these a very similar product, so that's why I chose to get the grand set of each of these brands. Maybe one day I'll get all of the Derwents, but right now I'm just so excited to have these. I feel like they have a pretty similar color palette. It's hard to know because they've set them up differently. I would say Caran D'Ache maybe has more pastels, and I think possibly Polychromos has more earth tones. But no, maybe not. By earth tones, what I mean are colors that are less saturated, more mixed with each other, like you would have two complementary colors mixing and you would get more muted tones. And I think that the Polychromos might have more bright colors, which isn't really my thing. I think Caran D'Ache, I think, may have more colors I like. But we'll swatch them out and we'll compare them and we'll see what each set really has to offer as far as colors go. I don't see gold in Caran D'Ache, and I see gold and silver and rose gold in the Polychromos set, which I don't really think I'll be using much. But, you know, there's 20 more pencils in the Polychromos set than there are in the Caran D'Ache set, so I'm thinking that even though it might have a few colors I don't like, it'll still end up being quite competitive. And it will be still maybe hard to tell which one I like the colors of better. Especially because I tend to change my mind and like this one for a while and then like that one. Just looking, I'm going to point out my favorites, the ones that I use the most. The pinks, the oranges, the yellows, the browns, the grays. This is my wheelhouse here. I like to have my option of blues. I find it really frustrating when I don't have the right blue, so definitely these. This is like my staple. This is good to have. Oh, I don't think I have this color and I really like it. Yeah, and then these tend to be the brighter colors, which I'm less interested in. I've heard Derwent has a lot of really great purples, but right now I feel like I've got a lot of purple options here that I hadn't seen when I was buying. I had already bought quite a few of these open stock and I was struggling to find some of these purples. Thanks for joining me on this unboxing video. I hope that it was exciting for you. Maybe almost as exciting as it was for me. And please join me for the swatching videos that I'll be making. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing because I really like art supplies and I really like swatching them and comparing them and thinking about them and talking about them. So if you're into that, maybe you want to be coming back for more. I'll definitely be making some videos comparing these two in depth. I think I'll give it a substantial number of months. I want to work with these materials in depth for at least 6 months, a year before I give a review or share my thoughts on it. I think it's unfair to judge a product too quickly, and so I'll be playing with them and getting to know them, but I will be swatching them, and you can see those videos here. Oh my gosh!
You're a bad actor.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, thank you. Can you check if the shot's still lined up because it might have moved around, or just straighten it? Can you check and see if the shot's lined up so it's like perfect?
It is.
Are you sure? Okay, all right. So this is a brand from England. This is a brand from Switzerland. Which one do you want to open first? This one? Not just one row of rainbow. Not just 2 rows of rainbow. Not just 3 rows of rainbow, but 4. It's beautiful, huh? Are you just annoyed because I asked you not to play the cello?
Oh, I'm exhausted.
You're just tired.
Oh, I don't want to sleep right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the other one?
No.
It's 3 rows of rainbows.
This one was nice enough. I liked it.
Yeah, you know, they're a little different if you want to see.
They're pencils. They're all the same. That's a joke. Yeah, I don't like this one as much.
I don't like it as much.
I'm out of here.
You're leaving. It doesn't have your approval.
It was one day